Astronauts to the moon.
3, 2, 1.
Houston, we have a problem.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue.
What you're seeing here is a mirage.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for me, Jaron from Jeranism. Woo! Yeah! Welcome to the show, everybody. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Sorry about my tardiness today. Missa had to do something with her mom, and guess who got stuck watching Maverick James? It was I. So I'm finally free, and I realized that anytime you think like, oh, you know, my job's so much easier than my wife's, and then you watch your kid for like 8 hours by yourself, and you're like, never mind. Never mind. I think I'll take my job, and she can keep that one, okay? Let's do it that way. Hope everybody's doing well. We've got a fun little show for you today, and we are also, let me make sure that this is correct. Are we actually, let's see. I believe that we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Second time in a row, we are live streaming on the Rumbles. On the Rumbles. And we've already got one person in chat. I think I have like 850 views on yesterday's video at Rumble. So what's up with that? That is I didn't know that. I think that's more than I get at Rokfin, to be honest with you. So, we're going to try and telecast there as often as possible. So, we have that to look forward to. And let's get rolling with the show. I've got something I wanted to show you first that I just saw recently and I thought was interessante. What's going on here? Oh, because that always happens. Do I want to move it over there or not? I'm going to move it back. I forgot that Doug was with us last week, so my screen is all screwed up because it's got Doug on here. And we don't have a Doug today. No Doug. So I'll just start talking about, do you know who Wally Funk is? Wally Funk is the weirdest name in the history. No, I'm just kidding. That's a girl that was, the old lady that went to space, supposedly, quotation marks, space with Jeff Bezos. Now, I don't know about you guys. I'm somebody who believes that they are actually launching those people into the sky. Now, some people think that the whole thing is faked. I'm not necessarily sure about that. I just think that they are doing a reverse bungee jump. So if you know how parabolic flights work, Thank you very much. Who is that? That's Run Boston Bear. Prepayment for all the gravy and laughs that they're about to flow. Also, y'all watch the most recent Schooling Globers with Witsit. His timeline is fire. Yeah, I did watch that one 2 nights ago or something, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that was it. Anyway, Wally Funk, went up there. I'm somebody who thinks that they launch him as a reverse bungee jump, because if you know how parabolic flights work, the plane kind of starts going up, and then as they start to get to that 0G kind of feeling is when the plane's still going up, right? So the plane still goes up, and then it's kind of like it, how do you explain it? If you're throwing a baseball, the path that the baseball takes is a parabolic, right? Is a parabola, is a parabolic arc. And so if you think about the baseball, when is the baseball weightless? And the baseball's weightless at the top of its peak, not at the very height. It is there, but I mean, you actually can do it before then. If you were to actually calculate, it's before then and after then. It's the kind of the tip of the loop. And so all they're doing is taking that little capsule and throwing it up as high as they possibly can, and then giving them some time to float down, and in which time they are supposedly weightless. So they go supposedly 60 something miles, 66.5 miles or something, past the Kármán line. Did you know? We know already. Neil deGrasse Tyson says quite clearly that you cannot see the curvature of the Earth from 120,000 feet, right? That stuff is flat. We've seen balloons go up at 120,000 feet. We see no curvature of the Earth, as we're told is there, and must be there, and always is there, and forevermore. So what do you think Wally Funk said about the curvature of the Earth from 66 miles high? What if she said she didn't see it? She wasn't high enough to see the curvature of the Earth at 65 miles. So we got some issues here, guys. We got some problems that we're going to need to take care of, because that seems wrong, according to everything we've been taught. And there's very cool people out there. I would say they're very cool just because they have to be if they have ever flown in the Concorde. They'll tell you all the time, I flew in the Concorde, I saw the curvature from there. We've got people saying they've seen the curvature from airplanes. We've got people saying they've seen the curvature from mountains. We've had one person say they've seen the curvature from their roof. So, couldn't see it from the ground, but they just climbed up on that roof and then they saw it. So it's amazing how many people have seen the curvature of the Earth when even these scientists that they so worship say it's not possible. They can't not from that height. And yet people will just make it up and be like, oh, I saw it for sure. I saw it. I'll lie for whatever I have to make this globe true. Oh, that's a really good way to get things across. Let's just lie. Just lie through our teeth. So if we kind of look here, starting out with a couple stories, we've got, here you go. Blue Origin astronaut says that Jeff Bezos' flight did not go high enough. And talking about here, as in a post-flight interview with Fox, she said she was disappointed not to see the curvature of the Earth while aboard the Blue Origin flight. Now, let's go to Blue Origin, because they've got a nice little website here, and they've got a gallery, and you can go to like what year. Let's go to the newest gallery. See if they've got any pictures of from inside this flight. Well, my guess is that this is fake then. So Blue Origin, you want to tell people the truth, or you want to be dirtbags? Okay, nobody believes that this is what you see out this window. And who is this guy? And can we talk to him and say, did you agree to have them lie and put some fakery out here? So why do we, here's the problem. Why would you fake it constantly? Why would you fake views like this? Why would you make people think they're going to see the curvature here? And then you have one of your little passengers. Now, here's another thing. I don't know if you guys know this. Did you know that there's a restriction on what you're allowed to take on this flight? They don't allow you to take any cameras or your cell phone. Did you know that? So they don't let you take your camera. They won't let you take your phone. They won't let you take photos. And then they'll lie about what you see outside the window by making fake photographs like this. And then, maybe they didn't tell Wally Funk, or maybe she's too old to remember, or she, I don't know, is getting a little bit near the dementia age or something. Maybe that's what we're supposed to believe, is that she just couldn't see the curve. I mean, so all these pictures are fake. This guy's a joke. This is clearly not real down here. So I get why most people think that it's faked overall, and it might be. I certainly don't stand in my conviction that it's real, that as far as launching them up in the sky, because why would I trust known liars? And it seems when it comes to space, all they do is lie. It seems like they can't tell the truth, even if their life depended on it. And they let black people on there? I would have, I don't know, I would have waited a little bit till like a lot more other people went. But it's a joke. It's a joke. Relax. It's comedy hour. Don't go starting riots. Oh boy. CC, I'm shocked that they let other countries go. I wouldn't even let any of these other countries go. I don't even know what countries these are. What is this one? Never seen that flag before. It's weird. Isn't this a Miami Dolphins flag? Strange. All right, let's see here. Now this is one here. Jeff Bezos appears at Texas launch site with his Blue Origin crew, including his brother Mark, Wally Funk. This cannot be her real name, Wally Funk. Or who were her parents that got named? Your last name is usually something to do with you. Who just named their last name Funk? They must have just reeked every time they just walk by. Like, oh, what is that Funk? Let's just call her Wally Funk, should we? Yes. And lucky Dutch teen whose dad paid for the flight. New Shepard rocket will blast them 66 miles above Earth tomorrow. Now you'll notice here, I believe, if I remember correctly, let me go Control Find and Curve. They do even need to point out here that the crew is set to travel 62 miles above the Earth's surface, where they will experience weightlessness due to the zero gravity and see the curve of the planet. So they just tell you ahead of time you're going to get to see it, but then the people who go on the flight come back and say, I didn't see it. We didn't go high enough. See that somewhere else it says that. At this altitude, passengers will experience weightlessness due to zero gravity and see the curve of the planet with the darkness of space as a backdrop. Thank you very much to Peter Murray, level 67. $2. So where does the money really go? What money? What money? I don't know what you mean. You mean the 70 million for NASA? It goes into a lot of black ops, a lot of black projects, and then they pretend to, and they kind of recycle it within the economy, right? So it is true when they tell you they don't go to space and throw the money out in space. All the money is spent here. And it just keeps the industry going. It keeps the economy going. This is why they can never admit that space is fake and that all the space economy is fake, because it is a $450 billion a year industry, bigger than Hollywood, bigger than movies, bigger than home box office, bigger than music, bigger than video games, bigger than apps, bigger than Spotify, bigger than Netflix, all combined. Space is bigger than that. So they can't reveal that a huge majority of our gross domestic product or our gross incomes or net incomes are for fakeries. I mean, music is fake, right? Technically, I mean, it's just, storytelling. Movies are fake. They're just, storytelling. Space is the same thing. It's just storytelling. It's just meant to get you feeling good and rah-rah about the United States. And every other country has their own. So Japan, people are rah-rah about Japan's space program. People in Russia think Russia's space program is great. It's all just fraudery. Anybody ever used that word before? I'm going to make it up. I just made it up. Fraudery. It's fraudery from left to right. So Funk is pronounced with a B. Good one. So anyway, they're making it obvious. Like, this is obvious now that the three richest guys in the world, Branson and Musk and Bezos, are the ones that go to space, supposedly. Well, Musk doesn't go. He just tells other people to do it. But this is all just meant to make you realize that it's only for rich people. A seat costs, $55 million nobody can afford that, and nobody in their right mind would actually pay that. So, especially for these rides. These rides I wonder how much that guy's dad paid for him to go on one of these, because the ride lasts 11 minutes. There's probably nothing more ridiculously priced than that. So, do they say how much the flight is? I wonder how much it is. New Shepard? No. What is it called? Blue Origin? New Shepard. Blue Origin. Price of flight. So I'll see how much this is for. Moondow's payment to Blue Origin at about $1.25 million per ticket. All right, let's just think about this for a second. I know this has nothing to do with NASA, but it does, because it's all space fakery and it's all a joke. Well, now this down here says passengers say they have paid from 0 to nearly 30 million. Okay, that's a joke. Oliver Damon occupied a seat on the New Shepard that Blue Origin auctioned off for $28 million. Okay, let's just think about this real quick. What could possibly cost that much? What could possibly... Look at this little craft. Okay, give me... I don't know. This is reusable. Give me $3 million, I'll make one of these. All right, so now we've made one of these for $3 million. It's reusable, meaning we don't have to pay for it every time. It's just $3 million one time. Now, you probably have to retrofit it on the bottom with some explosives or whatever they say. Let's say that's an additional... Let's say it's $1 million each launch that it costs to retrofit this whole thing. So, I mean, what are you charging people for? So then the propellant or the mixture of propellant, I mean, what does that cost? It's not going very far. It's just being shot up into the sky. I mean, okay, let's say that's $1 million. I mean, it couldn't be $1 million. It's just ridiculous. So how are you charging people? So there's 6 people that ride in this. So, even at this price, which seems to be down here, some people paid $30 million. This guy paid $24 million. That's just ridiculous. I mean, $6 million. So now, they're just profiting millions of dollars per launch. I mean, give me a freaking break. Oh, now it says here, Blue Origin space ticket sales are sales. I thought it was price. What? Sales are nearing 100 million. But that's the same thing that we heard from Richard Branson that, when are they going to start? See, 28 million. A yet to be identified bidder won the reservation at a price of 28 million. That's how 18 after the auction, Blue Origin contacted 100 million. We're approaching 100 million in private sales right. Again, I mean, what a scam that is. What a great idea. What is the interest on $100 million? If people have paid that money and it's just sitting in some bank account, they're just making money off of the interest, which is a nice little chunk of change. I don't know what interest would be on that, but probably pretty good. Probably pretty good. At least it's 1%. At least you're making $1 million off of it. For example, the price of an orbital trip on the International Space Station thought to be about 55 million. What a joke. It's just all a joke. They have to keep the prices high so that makes us think that space is hard, space is expensive. If you actually broke it down to what are you spending all this money on, it's just like, oh, well, we make movie posters of the astronauts and we pay for their families to keep their mouths shut. And we there's a lot of hidden costs, if you will. Blue Origin would have to charge significantly more than 250,000 to approach 100 million in sales so quickly. Virgin Galactic was charging 250,000 before sales were suspended several years ago. Right, and now they're doing it again, but now they say it's like 600,000. It makes a lot of sense. What a joke. So this is, that's Wally there. The Funkster is up there. I don't know if this is what she sees out the window or if these are fake too. Now we don't have no idea who's faking what. Oh, I see they've got the Vector as well, which makes a lot of sense. Blue Origin, right? New Shepard. So we should have a letter A on our badge. Makes sense to me. No, it's just a vector, which is the symbol that all these guys play by the same fakery, right? So if you go to, what is it, JAXA, and we look at their logo, they've got the same thing here. Let's go to images. Let's go to, they all have this, what do they call it? It's a vector, right? I think that's what it's called. Or chevron. No. What am I thinking of? What is it a vector? Anybody know? What is that name? Well, we know NASA has it. Come on. What is the other one? We've got Chinese Space Agency. I don't know what they're called. We'll just put this in there. Yeah, so here, what is this thing called? I can't, there we go. What is the name of it, though? I can't remember. Is it, I think I'm right with a vector. Maybe I'm not saying it right. Begin to notice an interesting pattern in regards to space agency insignia. The logos of all the more prominent agencies seem to revolve or orbit, if you will, around a predictable group of symbols. Planets, stars, aspirational arrowheads, but more than that, they all seem to be leading towards Star Trek's fictional Starfleet emblem. I don't know what that's called. Arrow in the middle with a similar shape as a Chinese character, which means human or people. Let me ask the chat. What is that thing called? Am I correct? Is it a vector? Or am I getting that wrong? Delta? Chevron? I see now there's a whole bunch. Okay. A lot of, so Scott says vector. Somebody else says chevron. Somebody else says delta. Let me look up what a chevron is. Chevron. Oops. No. Images. Chevron. Symbol? I don't know now. I've heard somebody talk about it before. I think I've talked about it. I just don't remember what. I don't think it's that. Why does space use vector logo? I don't know. I thought it's called a vector. Why do all space agencies of the world have the vector? Okay, so it is a vector. Why is vector or wedge symbol? Look how real that is. Wow, that's great. Is this supposed to be real? People placed on what? Oh boy. I'm not getting into that today. Did enough fun of exploring the fakeries yesterday. Look at all this bullshit. Cartoons for adults. To be honest, I did not quite understand your question, so I did a quick search for space agency logos, and it does strike me that many use a stylized arrowhead in their logo. I think that this is what you mean by the word vector. Well, what did you call it? A stylized arrowhead? I'm not sure. That was correct. Roscosmos logo. This is the one I got from their website. Variants exist with the text underneath. We've got the India one. ESA does not use it. SpaceX, I guess not really. Who the hell? Ew, God, Jesus. At first, it seems to be a launch vehicle rocket having an aerodynamic shape. Obviously, the symbol pointing upwards possibly signifies that humanity is soaring to new heights. No, it's to signify for liars, pretty sure. In the case of NASA, the symbol is inspired from the wing structure of supersonic aircraft. I believe it. For those aren't fully aware of the NASA insignia, notice the red vector for comparison. This guy called it vector also. I wonder if there's a meaning behind that, behind the vector. Let's see. This one's got a question as well. NASA started using theirs in 1959. The Russian agency started using theirs in 1992. So it's possible Russians were influenced by their design. The symbology is the same. Both agencies have responsibilities for both aeronautics and space. The red vector, or chevron, represents aeronautics. The white curve is an orbit and thus represents space. Now, if you think they have a similarity to Star Trek, you wait until you see the insignia for the Chinese National Space Agency. Yeah, because this is Star Trek, right? United. What does that say? Federation of Planets. Okay. Okie dokie. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look into that. See what we can find out about that symbol, vector symbol. Let me see. Space travel and vector symbol, chevron, arrow, whatever you call it. Space vectors? No. That's not what I want. Basic of flight vector mechanics. So it might have something to do with faking flight. Excuse me, sorry. Space travel vector. How can vectors be applied in space? Reaction control system thruster out a vector associated with it so it wouldn't reorient the spacecraft. Okay, well, now we know. Anyway, you cannot see the curvature of the Earth according to Wally Funk, and also don't get too near her because she stinks. But besides that, I don't know. I don't know if I would go on that thing. I don't even know. I don't know if I would. Jeff Bezos, if you're out there and you want to send me up there, I want to see the curvature of the Earth, so I can't go on your flight. I'm sorry. I'll have to turn it down. Wally says that she gave it a 2 out of 5, Jeff Bezos. So guess if you send me for free, maybe I'll do it just so I can come back and laugh and say, no, you can't see shit. Come on, give me a break. But keep me in mind, would you? Keep me in mind. It'll be probably until 97 or something until they ever launch the other thing, supposedly. Again, more lies, more confusion, more bullshitting people. All right. So we've got a bunch of videos to watch today. Let me see if I've missed anything else here. We've got Blue Origin. Did not see the curvature of the Earth. We went right on up, and I saw darkness. I thought I was going to see the world, but we weren't quite high enough. The octogenarian astronaut said she would have loved to spend more time in zero gravity. But the problem with that is, of course, that they're just throwing it up there. Do you understand a parabolic flight, that it's not actually flying in space or anything like that? Let me give an example or show you something here. Bring up Mars. Okay, and let's go this way. All right. Open this up a little bit. All right. Not good enough? You can see that? Yeah, just enough. So if you were to black, there we go. And I'm going to get a curved here with a, let's go with a yellow. Okay, so when you do a parabolic maneuver, let's say you're throwing a baseball like this, right? So this part of the flight is all zero gravity, like that. Now let me make this a little easier for you to find. I gotta maybe go with nothing here. There we go. So this part of the flight is the zero gravity part. So they basically are just throwing the capsule up, and then when the capsule starts to reach its arc, so as it starts to get up there, then they can float. And they're just up in the craft, and they're moving around, and they're floating and flipping upside down, and then it starts to come down, and they can still do the same until, I don't know if it hits the atmosphere or what part of it then gives them the directions to return back to their seat or whatever. And they say, I believe that this is 4 minutes, which I don't even know if I believe that. And then this is, actually, we can find out. You can actually go to there's videos of the inside of the craft with what's that big black guy with the missing tooth, the space between his teeth? Strahan. Strahan's flight is up there. So anyway, I believe this is like 4 minutes, and then this is like 5 to get up there and 5 here. No, that's even too much. It's 11 total. So it'd be 4, 6, and 6, so maybe 3 and 3. 3 minutes here, 3 minutes here. So 3 minutes it launches. Then it gets to that top of the arc. Takes 4 minutes to get there, and then 3 minutes to come down. Kind of hard to believe that it would be 4 minutes of weightlessness. I wonder if we can see that. So what would we go to? Blue Origin, YouTube. Just want to go see. I have seen it before. YouTube. Oops, can't even spell that right. Yeah, let's go to Blue Origin. Blue Origin. And can we get Strahan's flight? Let's go videos. Thruster. I don't see. What's this one? Replay. Which one's this one? This looks like I've watched it before. There's one that actually has. It's just the interior shot, but I don't see it on here. Where did I see that? I've seen it before. It wouldn't be live. Replay first human. Post conference. No. Let me see if I've got it in my history. If I do, I'll bring it up that way. Put this over here. Let's see if I've got my history on here. By the way, public service announcement, NASA has made another $70 million today, and they will be making the same amount tomorrow. And they made $70 million yesterday. So you would think it'd be just those 3 days for the year. No. Every day of the entire year. So as they deserve. They probably deserve $170 million. Look at what they've given us. How many things have you received for thanks to space travel? I've received, everything I have, everything I own, everything that I've ever touched or done is because of space travel. That's amazing. So let me see here. We got to go to history. I never can find history. So weird. Oh, there it is. History, and see if it's up there from 2 or 3 days ago. Blue Origin NS-19 inside capsule. Okay, we got that one. And then didn't I have the one other thing I was checking to see if I was around the same time? I don't see it. Oh yeah, here we go. Yes. I also watched this so that I understood A0G. So we'll check that out so you guys understand that a little bit. Let's go to here. All right. So this is let's go to the 0G thing first. Let's learn that first. Here we go. I'll put this on the camera for you. There we go. So these guys are about to do the parabolic maneuver, and they basically start flying up. You'll see that here they are pointed up, and they'll give the plane a bunch of boost. It'll get going high in the sky, and then it kind of, before it starts heading down, they're already weightless, and the plane's not heading down yet. It's still at the top. Oh, this shows you right here. See, so it's still at the top of its arc, and then it starts coming down, and it still allows them to have 0G. So just picture this as the new Shepard capsule, right? It's the same thing. So at the top of it. So I get people that say it's fake. I don't really think it needs to be fake. I don't think that, I think they can throw things high in the sky. But high enough that there would be 4 minutes of free fall. It seems like a lot, but we'll check right now. We're going to go check that. The other thing that's pretty crazy that they talk about here is that usually in flight, one pilot flies the plane, the other pilot's like looking at. In parabolic flights, it's required that both fly the plane. One is is in charge of the pitch, and one is in charge of the roll. And they kind of showed something funky in here. I don't remember what it was. This guy has like right here. Look, he's got like straps tied to him. It's like they have to be really careful because he can't accidentally cause this guy to make a mistake or something. So it's not a normal. It's not like easy to do. It takes some work and takes some practice, and the plane isn't changed in any way. It's just the way that they do it. So interesting video to watch here. if you want to see exactly how parabolic flights work, but it kind of explains it to you. And that's about it. I have seen, there is videos where you can see it from the side, but I don't know if I've seen any recently. Like, you know, plane flying next to it shows you what it does. I don't know. Let's see. 0G. See if there's, is this one from a side? No. You know, but this is important because a lot of people do say, oops, sorry, you're not looking at the right paper. There we go. That's better. A lot of people do say that, you know, they'll show some video of them going through the ISS and say, look, it's a, you know, continuous footage. Like, tell them to shut up, because even like this upside down, inside out, go, okay, go video. Wow, it's crazy. They only have 1 million subs. I mean, Tom McDonald has more than that. You'll notice that there is no cuts, right? So it'd be the equivalent of somebody saying, this is proof that we can take longer than 30-second parabolic maneuvers because there's no cuts in this video. So you have to recognize that they have the ability to make cuts and then you not know that the cuts have been made, right? Now, we just intuitively know in this, okay, well, they're on a parabolic flight. We know it's only 30 seconds per float, so they must cut it. But with them, when it's NASA doing it, all of a sudden, little fanboys want to call that proof. They just don't get it. The things that people in the globe world call proof are hilarious. They're actually hilarious. It's like they don't have a brain cell or anything. But you'll see, I mean, where's the cuts here? There's just no cuts. So you just have to recognize that the cuts are there. In fact, I believe there's one right about now. All right, so you didn't see any cut there, but it's been cut. We know that. So anyway, just pointing that out because people want to show me the ISS 45-minute walkthrough, and they're like, look, they didn't cut it, so therefore it's real. Okay, yeah, I'm sure that that's sufficient evidence for you. But when you're just looking for anything to prove the ball that you believed in your whole life, you know. So that's that. Now let's go here to the inside capsule. Let's see here. So this is them getting ready. This is with Strahan. Who is this guy here? I want to see if there's 4 minutes of, because I think this is uncut. Let's see.
Laura!
Light this candle! Oh my God!
Here we go.
I don't see a reason not to believe in it other than William Shatner should have broke his neck when he came back. But maybe I'm still open to it. I'm very open to it all being faked, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of if all these people would just be okay with that. That Wally Funk, these people, well, why would she say she didn't see the curve of the Earth if she did? Especially because, you know, that craft went higher than the Virgin Galactic one. And the Virgin Galactic one, they all said they saw a curve and they tried to show it out the window, even though it was clearly a fisheye lens. So you can see out the window here barely a little bit. I don't see no curve that they would be calling curve. Again, Globers would call this a curve. Look, it's curved and it's curved. You know, they'll call anything a curve. So let's see here. So right there, what time are we at? 2023. So let's see. It's supposed to go all the way to 24:23. Was there a cut? I wasn't paying attention. Well, let me go back and see if there's any cuts here. But it's so weird that they don't let you take your camera. Or you're fine. Now, there was a cut there. I don't know why they just wouldn't leave it continuous. So 2023, and they're back in their seats by 22. So they're having to get back in their seats at 22:43. So that's 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 20 seconds according to this, not 4 minutes. Again, there's cuts, so maybe somebody's going to tell me, well, that's because they cut it out. But, and also, I mean, does this look like fun to anybody? I don't want to be in this capsule with anybody. So I rescind my offer, Jeff Bezos. I will no longer take the penis rocket to space. Sorry. I will stay grounded and not bump my head on things just because you threw me up in the sky really high. It's just a reverse bungee jump. You know, when you jump on a bungee cord and whoop, it's the same thing. They just throw it up whoop, and then pull you back down, which is just because of your weight. By the way, you weigh something if you didn't know that. Again, why don't they let you? Oh, this is a Dylan Taylor. That's weird. Where did this guy get this from? Weird that they don't let you take a camera though. What would be the problem with that? Oh, it might hurt somebody. Yeah, well, so might this guy's feet. So, what if this guy's glasses get, injure me or something? I don't understand what a camera's gonna do. Oh, he took the camera up there. Everybody died. Didn't you? He took his phone up there, man. Just everybody perished because of the phone. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. All right. So anyway, we've got questions about Blue Origin. We've got questions about Virgin Galactic. We've told people for a very long time that this stuff would never come to fruition. I want to see them land. Let's hear how this goes.
Oh, guess
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Names came off of the ball.
Move this a little bit.
All right.
Here it comes. Oh, here it comes.
I don't know. Looked relatively. I moved him quite a bit, but I don't know if somebody who is old would be able to take that or not. I'd have to feel it to believe it. I would have to feel it. I'd have to do it to believe it, or see it to believe it. Anyway, let's move along to some NASA hilarity. We got that done. The space agencies. Cora sucks. More space graphics and cartoons. More space cartoons. And Wally Funk. See a Wally Funk. And all right. And space cartoons and Blue Origin cartoons. All right. So we got a whole bunch of NASA stuff to watch. There's some, various things in here. If you want to join the Jeranism Club, you can do so quite easily by hitting join at the bottom there, and you get all the past episodes longer than everybody else. So see what everybody's doing here in the chat. We've got a couple people in there. Nuba's in their chat. Much love, everybody. Big Pine Sailing says it's hardly anything. NASA deserves every penny. Exactly. You're doing great work, dude. You have stood the test of time. Keep it up, my friend. Thank you, Brett Morgan. I don't doubt that they can launch people up in these dick rockets. Thank you, Big Pine Sailing. I don't see a reason to doubt it really either. Other than the normal stuff, which is I don't think anybody goes to space. And they can easily prove that wrong, and they've had plenty of opportunity to do so. They can't even put a GoPro camera on an astronaut. They don't do anything correctly. You can also go to buymeacoffee.com/Jeranism if you want to support that way. But the best way, because no money is taken from anybody, is what's going on now? Hold on, I did have this and now it's not working. Where is this? Alerts? Oh, it's under Tyler? No. Oh, there it is. Tyler, is it? I don't know why my Tyler's not on here. Let's add to scene and Tyler. Thank you. And go okay. Now are you working? There we go. It is the. Come on. There we go. $Jeranism if you want to support the show. And maybe later I'll be asking you if you had an enjoyable hour to send $1. Just $1. You won't even notice it's gone. And there's strength in numbers. Think of if the whole country did that, I'd have $350 million. So, pretty simple. Just all send me $1. Everybody in the country, send me $1. Even your baby, how about everybody and their pet sends me $1? Then I'll have like 900 million. Be pretty rich. Think of what I could do with that money. So we'll get started on that pledge soon. But $Jeranism from Cash App if you want to support the show. And you can also go to, if you want all my links until my site is done, which it's getting close. The links are all at sleek.bio, sleek.bio/Jeranism. And it will take you all the fun places. If you want to, please get a NASA hat or a SpaceX hat so I can stop shilling for them constantly. No, it's my own product. I purchase them, and they are not moving quite as fast as we would like. I mean, a lot of people enjoy them, but go to shop.jeranism.com, get a hat, get a beanie, get the combo pack. Doug was telling me a story where he went and actually was getting his oil changed, and somebody saw the hat and was kind of making conversation about it, and then he asked where he can get one, and then Doug gave him the one off his head. How nice. And now the guy has lice. So, you got to take the good with the bad. All right, let's get on to the first of all episodes. Let's see what we got here. Do I have these in any order? Not really. These are just old films. Usually if I get them from Periscope, They're always a joke. They're always hilarious. They're just fun to watch and kind of laugh at what space used to. Oh, I want to show this one first because people love to bring this up, right? So they love to bring up water in space. These guys love to squeeze out little bottles of water. Makes a big ball, right? Let me show you here. Actually, let's go with this one and then the YouTube solo work and turn it off. All right, so you've seen this before. But how does this compare to the Earth? I don't get it. Like, are we supposed to believe that the more water you add to the water ball, the more solid it becomes? Like, look at this water moving all over the place. Do the oceans do that? So I don't get how's that anywhere near. Look at this. I mean, this is not stable by any stretch of the imagination. And yet we're a spinning ball, magical water ball in space, zooming around at some 1.2 million miles per hour. And we don't see the oceans doing this. And again, the bigger this water bottle got, the more unstable it would become. Why are these things flying away from it? Excuse me. They are supposed to be attracted to the center. Don't they know that all mass has attractive qualities? Mass attracts mass. Look at these things are flying away from it. They're breaking the laws of physics. Okay? Supposed to gather in the center. And of course it doesn't. Of course not, right? I have seen before too. Let me just duplicate real quick. I want to see something. Let me see if I go parabolic flight ping pong. Oops, where was I typing? Parabolic flight ping pong. Ping pong. Ping pong. Ping pong. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the one where they release a bunch of ping pong balls in there. Maybe it's one of these. Ping pong balls in 0G. Yeah, maybe this one. 10 seconds only. It's not very much video. So you'll see here. Okay, so these ping pong balls all go flying. Now, why aren't they gathering? What should happen is they should all gather to one. And if you're like, well, how would that happen? How is one of them going to choose to be the one that they all go to? Yeah, no shit. Yeah, no shit. That's the problem with the idea of space. That some magical quality made them go, hello, I am gas, and you will all gather to me. I am going to be Jupiter. Hello, Jupiter. What are we supposed to do? All the gases to come to me. If you're matter, go to the inside planets. Right now, we're just gathering, And then if you can be matter and then be one of my moons, but you can't be me. If you're going to be me, you got to be gas. And then if you want to orbit me, you can be matter or gas, mostly matter. It's very confusing what goes on in space back then. I got to talk to Lawrence Krauss or one of these guys because they know what happened 1/1 billionth of a millionth of a trillionth of a second after the Big Bang. And that's just impressive. That's just impressive. So yeah, like these. I mean, these should all gather together and make one giant ping pong ball. I'm not saying they need to morph together, but they need to be one big ball. If they're not, why not? Why not? 0G, so they should be attracted to each other more than anything. They're just flying in every different direction. This is what the universe would look like. Just every direction, shit flying, gas filling the infinite void. But no, instead, that's not what goes on. That's a lot of ping pong balls, though. I'm big ping pong fan. Never seen that many ping pong balls. I don't see any of them gathering. I don't see even two of them gathering together. So there's a problem with the model that we're given, of course, but nobody wants to admit it. Everybody wants to pretend that these scientists are geniuses, and they know what an atom is. They know what's inside atoms. They know what protons and electrons are, and they can decipher neutrinos from space, and then the gravity waves that come from 13 billion light years away, and that it moves a string by less than the width of a proton. All these things are just great pretend stories. And you can either laugh at them like I do, or you can adopt them as religion, which most of the Globers do. Kind of scary. All right, let's go. That was the end of our little water game over here. Let's see, did we miss something? Or they were just playing with water? I just think it's funny that we're like, this is not coherent. This is not stable. Yet the Earth just doesn't do shit. It just stays perfectly stable as it's flying through space, through the vacuum, with the attached atmosphere. The atmosphere doesn't get ripped off. Doesn't get sucked into space, but it's not a vacuum. We know what a vacuum is. We know how pressure works, and they have to equalize. That's what we mean by the vacuum. It's going to equalize, meaning it's sucking, for lack of a better word. You want to call it eating? I'll say it's eating. It'll eat the atmosphere of Earth, If you want to call it siphoning, it is siphoning the atmosphere of Earth. Do you see what the problem is here? It's not a matter of me believing it's a vacuum cleaner. I know it's not a vacuum cleaner. A vacuum cleaner has far less suction than the vacuum of space would. So, in fact, all of our man-made stuff. Have you ever seen the? I just want to show if I can find it real quick. Which I think is crazy. It's just crazy that this is the truth, and that they still want to try and pretend like. Which one is the one where he does the with a fan in there? Have you seen that one? Which I don't know if it's Action Lab or which one it is. This one? Maybe it is this one. Oh, well, this is a good one to look at. So, I mean, it's crazy to think that even, this thing's being whirled around, throwing those little balls around. But when it becomes vacuum, look at the fan is spinning. Oh, you can't see. Sorry. My bad. Don't get upset at me. Still not enough to see. Let's go this way. That'll work for now. So we'll get down where you can see that it's actually moving. Okay, so the fan is spinning, kicking all these styrofoam balls away. Now he sucks out all the air. You can see the fan is still spinning. See it? And it doesn't move a thing. Now, we're told that crafts are flying 50,000 miles per hour, and then they can brake by, like, squirting gas. Squirting gas into what? It's the same thing as this fan blowing air nowhere. There's no air. It's just a spinning top thing or a spinning plastic piece. And then, of course, you let the air back in. There's an even better one that shows it with a feather next to it, which is crazy. Fan in vacuum. Let me see. Fan and feather. Don't remember where I've seen it before. F-E-A-T-H-E-R. No, not this guy. Not that fakery. If you drop a feather and a metal cube in a vacuum chamber, will what? I don't know what that is. I don't see that video. Nope. There is a video somewhere of that, but if you haven't seen it, it's great because he puts a feather literally right next to the fan, and not a hair, not a little piece of it moves at all. But I don't see anyone. What else would it be called? Let's go feather in vacuum. See if that's anything. Feather, dropping a feather and a coin in a long vacuum chamber. No, it's a little black feather if I remember right. Feather in vacuum. Let's see what this is. Oh, what happened?
Okay, we're going across to the.
Okay, we're at the Rutherford Appleton Laboratory today. Actually film in slow motion these falling down. Now you wouldn't actually release them all at the same time and film now through a window.
So this is going to be, is it going to be like space?
It's going to be like space.
Gauge
I faked it on the moon.
what
So
pressure we have. This is reading 1,000 millibar, so that means that we're at atmospheric pressure at the moment. So we should see this number come down. It's falling exactly the same speed. The big ball is slightly behind. I guess that fell off slightly later.
what?
But yeah, they're falling exactly the same speed. It works. Okay, so here.
What do you mean they're falling at the same speed?
So unlike
What about this
in
ball?
the normal world where we're surrounded by air and we see everything fall, the ball is slightly behind. It was as fast as the balls. We will have to wait and see.
Look at her. She's
Now
all
they're
giddy
in
about
free
balls.
fall. And the feather's falling exactly the same speed. The big
What about this ball?
ball is slightly behind. I guess that fell off slightly later. But yeah, they're falling exactly the same speed. It works. Okay, so here we haven't got any air in the chamber. So unlike in the normal world where we're surrounded by air.
Very weird what happens with there. And again, I don't even believe most of the stuff that they tell us about space because I don't even think they've taught us this idea of space, right? And the vacuum, but really we don't have any evidence of that on Earth. It's just a man-made conception. So we can believe that those things are in space, but again, I don't believe liars. I tend not to want to. Just doesn't seem safe to me. Feather and ball bearing dropped in vacuum. I don't see that one that I was talking about. Anyway, oh, maybe this one? Feather and vacuum. I don't know what's going on with that one. You might have seen it before. Vacuum chamber, feather and ball. No. Anyway, there's a video of it somewhere. All right, let's move on to more NASA hilarity. that's going to do it for that one. Do I have another video of that I was going to show? This one? No. What's this one? Okay, we done with this one? Who's that? Hussein Bolt? Oh, you know, that's another question I have. Man, I have so many questions about this stuff. So, have you ever watched the Soyuz craft when it goes up to space? Supposedly, there's like always a little doll tied to the string, and then like the doll is just normal. It's hanging like anything else, and then all of a sudden they hit like a wall, and then the thing starts floating. What is that about? That's not how it would work. Why would you hit a wall that would go from gravity to no gravity? Wouldn't it be something that would be gradual? Do anybody know what I'm talking about? Let's see if I can find it. So they've got like a Snoopy zero gravity indicator. Oh yeah, we got a whole video about how we dress Snoopy or something. Come on, give me a break. There is. Sorry, you can tell I've been watching stuff with my son. My Blippi's over here. All my watched videos history are going to be Blippy, 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 Blippy. I don't know. What would you call that? So it's a Soyuz launch inside craft. I've never even seen very many videos. They don't really show it anymore. They used to. Like this one where they show these three people sitting inside Soyuz during launch. Let's see here. If we can watch what I'm talking about.
2 minutes and 50 seconds into the flight, the launch shroud and escape tower have been jettisoned.
Oh, thank you for jettisoning. Of course, they've got some little girl hung by a string here. Makes sense. So eventually they'll hit like a wall, and this will become. Well, what would the reason for that be?
250
Let's watch.
seconds into the flight. Roll pitch yaw, nominal.
Nominal.
Copy.
Let's watch here as they hit the. There's always this
The Soyuz
bump.
core stage is performing as
Let's see here.
510 seconds into the flight. Roll pitch and yaw are all nominal.
And I've only seen it show it a couple times. I bet you they won't show it.
once the third stage delivers.
Oh,
the
now
Soyuz
it's
to
oh, it got
orbit,
jumbled
and
up.
modules
Oh, what are you gonna
separated,
do?
a series of
Oh.
pre-programmed commands will be executed to prepare
Oh.
the Soyuz for orbital operation.
And what are you gonna show us? After
computers
Effects or something?
at precise times stored within those computers.
Was received. We confirm successful separation of
Huh?
the first stage.
No, now
Naki Hoshide.
they're not even showing
Got the
that.
flag up now. That's one.
I don't see it. Again, I wouldn't be surprised because I haven't seen it in a long time. They used to show it. Oh, there's one. Watch this.
Yes, that piece.
See, they do that, and then things become.
Sure.
What would that be for? So,
Sure.
crafts are going up there, and then it hits like a wall, and then things become floating.
Sure.
That makes no sense. Maybe somebody can help me out with that one because I don't understand why there would be that period of time. Let's see if we can find another one. Don't know. Soyuz. Here's one. Footage from inside Soyuz craft.
3. Chin. Hearing good. First 4 boosters and single engine.
Whoa! Wait! Whoa!
And we have the escape tower for the Soyuz now jettisoned.
What's going on there?
Everything looking good.
So this is the little floaty thing, and then it hits like a wall, and then oh, they lost contact. Imagine that. There's something up with that, guys. Something up with it because there's no other reason why they would just hide all that and show it. Like they want to make you think that they're showing you, but you really never get to see it. Let's try this one. Wait, weren't you going up? What's going on here? If this is a launch, why would it start out dark and then go light? See here, it's dark out the window. Dark out the window. Dark. Dark. Light? Who's got this camera footage? Who's doing this? Where's this from? Easily could be circled windows. Probably are. Where's the little float thing? I want to watch them go through that thing again. Yeah, they won't even show us. Nope.
And you know
Oh boy.
I mean, it is so curved.
I mean, look at. I mean, what is with everybody? Why are they all curverts? Why are they such curverts? You notice that? It's like they should be arrested.
The Earth.
The Earth is so much more curved from here than I thought it would be. It's so much more curved. We're just like 100 miles up in the sky, but so curved. They don't even realize that they're not seeing the curve of the Earth at that height.
So
I don't get it.
particularly me as a geophysicist, I'm glad to see that.
You as a what?
And we can definitely see the Earth is round.
Oh my God.
So particularly me as a geophysicist, I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, that's crazy to me because we can definitely see that the Earth is round, and me as a geophysicist is happy about that. First of all, this says this video was. Oh no, sorry. It says on 28 May. Wait, why would that astronaut make that statement in 2014? That's before anybody came out with flat Earth stuff. That's weird. They're just selling it more to the public.
We just made our first pass over Baikonur since launch. And
none of these buttons do anything.
So we're gonna light off our third burn.
This looks real comfortable too. I want to be in one of these as soon as possible. Want to do it? If I can't do that, well, who's flying around the craft taking movies?
So here should be Australia somewhere.
Hold on a second.
Maybe.
Am I confused? Aren't they stuck in their seats?
See Australia.
Who's the guy flying around taking videos?
Light off our third burn.
Yeah, that's 3 people in there. Oh, the camera was floating supposedly? I don't believe it.
So here should be Australia somewhere.
Yeah,
Maybe
we can't see
it's
shit.
under that deck of clouds over there. In any case, it's BEA beautiful.
BEA
and we
beautiful?
can definitely see the Earth is round. So particularly me as a geophysicist, I'm glad to see that.
Oh, are you glad to see that? Why? You guys notice this? Do you notice there's a big issue here? Look at this guy's face.
And you know the Earth is way more curved.
Way more. Because circles and spheres can have way more curves. Just it's a I thought it was gonna be a sphere, but it's a sphere up here. Crazy.
Oh, curved. The horizon. Way more than expected.
Way more than expected. I almost could see that window there. Let me see again. I can't really tell. I showed you guys the planes, right, that I went and saw that have the bubble windows. I was wondering why they have those, but people said it's to look out, up and down and around or something. But these planes at the museum had, big bubble windows. Telling Dave Weiss, I'm like, what do you think it would look like if you looked outside that? Right, here's what I want to see. I wonder if there's any way we could see out. No, you never be able to see out of it when it's lower, huh? That would be the evidence that shows them that they're just more liars. If they showed it, that camera shot out, and that's probably why they don't have people wear GoPros. It's probably that exact reason. Is then you would see stuff like that. How does the Soyuz work inside the Soyuz? Does it have a view out the window? Mike Fink is partially retarded, I think. Can't see outside that window. Somebody needs to explain that moment of gravity, though. Soyuz launched to orbit. Did we already look at this one? No, okay, so these things are hanging on strings. Now it's going sideways. Second stage separation. Tail adapter separation.
And now we have confirmation that the second stage has reached orbit.
They probably won't show it here, watch. There's something there if they're not showing it on purpose. It's just like these are supposed to float eventually. So far we haven't got there yet, and it's not going to show us. Unbelievable. Oh, now it did. Hold on, I'll go back.
Towards the
show it.
There we go. Engine cut off, and our friends are in space.
See, what would the reason be for that? What could possibly be why it's going? These things are clearly hanging with string. Then it like hits something, and then all of a sudden this is floating.
There we go.
See that?
Engine cut off, and our friends are in space. Beautiful. There's the third stage dropping away.
Yeah, it's fake as can be.
Towards the Earth.
I wonder what the reason for that would be. What would their reason be? I don't know. I don't know what they would possibly say is the reason for that. Why would you ever have... Oh, let him out, very careful. Oh, he's been very, hero. He needs a hero's welcome. Let's have 16 people carry him. Get him a blanket. Somebody give him a blowjob real quick. Is it a girl? I'm sorry. Don't give her a blowjob after all. She doesn't want that. Look at the cameras. Look at these people. Like, who cares? Oh, when a hero comes along with the strength to go in space, I cast my fears aside, and you know you see the curve. It's way more curved than I had thought. I'm a liar that should be shot. I'm sorry. Who wants to do this? This is the culmination of our technology, of our innovations to carry these people out like dead bodies. Put those glasses on. Really important. You look very cool. I mean, it's got 800 people out there. Got to get your picture. Got to rope it off. Because people will try and touch those astronauts. You know, they'll try and shake their hands and shit. We can't have that. Look at these guys. They look real happy. They look thrilled. This guy's pretty happy. Oh, bring him flowers. Or bring her flowers, whatever. What are they, drugged? Hypnotized? What do you think? Man, that's so funny. Now we're getting to the Russia section. See, all my videos are now Russian. Oh, this guy, what genius. Look at this guy, hero. Look at this hero. Quick, put him in a chair and give him a blanket. Oh, boy. Oh, look at this guy. What is going on? We have to carry him. Oh, this guy gets to walk, though. Wow. All right, let's get into some NASA stuff, shall we? We only have not very long, but we will cover some interesting topics today. Blue Origin. Soyuz gravity walls or something. Could they be launching people into some sort of superfluid? So, superfluid has no viscosity. I should tell you what I told, and you know who didn't write me back either, is Conspiracy Music Guru wrote me the other day. I'll show you what he said. And he asked me, what do you make of this? Let's see where it is. Yeah, he says, what do you think of this? Would love your opinion. Okay. So let's watch, because he wanted to see, and I'll give you what I wrote back to him. Let me get this thing over here. Okay, let's see. He asked me, what is this? All right, so what did I write back to him? I wrote that I did not think it was a human hand. I'll read you exactly what I wrote to him. It's probably a little crazy. So it says, my guess would be that some of the stars are sort of a skylight, like little tiny holes. Not too many, 10,000 maybe, And then there is a reflective surface. So when the sun comes, you can't see the skylights. Then at night, the reflective surface is only seen through a telescope, and that is what galaxies and billions of light years is. Then the huge dome of skylights turns once a day. Also, there is a superfluid helium-3 that climbs up glasses and domes. It's got zero viscosity, which is hard to imagine, but I've seen some videos with it. How much is up there? I don't know. Is that what they are in when they go to so-called space, is superfluid liquid helium? What it probably was is a star and the helium-3 wafting around up there. So I wasn't kind of joking that I have thought that before. That I know it sounds weird to say skylights, but I've seen what looks like, you know, if you can get up there without the atmosphere, it looks like holes in the ceiling. And if you think about it, if there's a reflective surface on the inside of the dome, if you want to call it that, firmament, whatever you want to say, then if we looked up there, like the sun's coming, right? So the sun's coming, you couldn't see anything. It's too bright, plus it's reflecting off that surface, creating a day atmosphere or whatever, or maybe, you know, so you can't see those. But now when the sun starts to leave and the light isn't there anymore, then we start to see, I don't know if you want to call that the source light, the God light, whatever's behind the firmament that comes through these little holes. Now, if you had a reflective surface that was there during the day, reflecting the sun, now imagine it's nighttime, so there's no sun, so there's nothing for it to reflect, and it can't reflect the stars because the stars are above it, coming through holes. You know, then you got the inside of the dome piece, and it's got like a reflective surface. The reason I say that is because then if we look through a telescope and we started to see behind the stars, which is what, you know, they've said when you get a telescope, you can see further and further and further. Again, with a microscope, we are smart enough to realize that what we're seeing is inside of the leaf. We don't say that we're seeing back in time. We don't say that we're seeing, light years away. It takes this long for the light to get to my eye. And so when I'm looking at the inside of this leaf is actually something that happened to the leaf tens of years ago. No, nothing's that ridiculous. So it might just be the same thing. We should be no different. We shouldn't be so dumb as to say, oh, when we look at leaves, we know we're looking deeper into the item. But when we look in the sky, we're actually looking further. No, you're just probably the same thing. Meaning you're just looking further into the firmament, whatever that is. And if we see little more specks, and couldn't it be that it's reflecting various? So again, if you kind of think of a dome and the inside of it, reflective surface, it could be picking up reflections from off to another side, right? Like the light's coming through the left side, being picked up by the reflective surface on the right, and that would create kind of a spectacle if you look through a telescope. Just ideas. I like to throw them out there. Spitballing. Nothing of that is guaranteed. Nothing of that is true. It's simply my speculation, which we are allowed to do. YouTube police, Flat Earth police, Globe Earth police. I can speculate all I want. If you don't like it, suck a dick. It's that easy. That easy. All right, let's go on with the first of our many NASA hilarity programs here. This one is called NASA Apollo Program Zero Gravity Space Toilet, Zero Gravity Seal Testing. So we're going to get to learn about space toilets. Let's learn. Let's go together. Yeah, space toilets. Yeah, take a shit on the ISS. It's my song. I made that up. Nobody copyright that. All right, what's going on here? Why is there an Air Force there? So, already to start, why is there an Air Force plane flying next to our craft? Wait, is this in a space, or is this supposed to be a parabolic flight? Where are they at here? Apollo, want to support? Nope. Dating to 1970, this silent NASA footage shows zero gravity flight tests. Okay, so it's zero gravity. That's why we see a plane. Of a toilet system for containing urine and fecal matter in space. Yes. The point of the test was apparently to demonstrate how an astronaut would sit on the toilet in space using a strap or belt, and how the seal on the device would work. That sounds really clean to me. Although in these particular tests, no actual number 1 or number 2 occurred. These tests were conducted aboard a reduced gravity aircraft, probably NASA's Convair C-131. Never heard of that? I'll go check it out. Samaritan, or possibly, I don't see this. See, this is what happens. You guys get to research with me. I just can never get where I'm going because I have to look up 85 things. Convair C-31 Samaritan. Never heard of it. What is this thing? Okay. Never. Why is it reduced gravity aircraft? Let's get back here. American twin-engine military transport from 54 to 56. Convair CV. Nope. The design began by Douglas K. Convair's okay. Production of the aircraft was first delivered to America in February. 75 were delivered to American with another K. Does it talk about zero-G flights in here? Nearly all left the active US. Okay. Samaritan was the first aircraft used as a flying gunship. Not what we're looking for. Accidents and incidents. Crash in Munich. Wonder why they say it's reduced gravity. Good control. Fine. Gravity. Grav? No? Oh, yeah, there's one. Here we go. In 1959, a C-131 was the first aircraft to be used as a reduced gravity aircraft or vomit comet for astronaut training. It's part of Project Mercury. Okay, so just that it did parabolic flights. That's all it's trying to say. Oh, there you go. We've seen this video many times before, where these guys were practicing their zero Gs for faking the world. Pretty impressive. C-131 transport, yes, carrying 39 passengers. Okay, anyway, just wanted to learn what that was. Convair, one C-131. Back one, what's this? Oh. Time lapse. Okay, let's go back one more. Where were we? Here. Okay, or possibly a KC-135 aircraft. This type of aircraft appears visible at the top of the frame at the start of the film. I think we just saw that. In the footage, test subjects are simulated weightless conditions. The primitive canister-like toilet device shown must have been a proposed prototype, probably made by Republic Aircraft. It does not appear that it ever made it into space. It's just impossible to even think about. I don't even think you could exist in space, period. And we're like, you can't have your insides just all moving around. They have to have some sort of order. I don't think, and I think, you know, Beyond Curious Life of a Flat Earther did such a great video on the vestibular system and how it wouldn't work in space. How we have like tiny little hairs in our ears that know the second that you're off kilter. Like, have you ever noticed that if you turn your head, your eyeballs don't move? It's pretty incredible. Your head is almost like a gimbal. That kind of, look, turn your head back and forth, like lean to the right, lean to the left, so that your head kind of touches your ears, almost touch your shoulder. And you'll notice that your eyes don't move. Your eyes stay straight with the horizon, if you will. So in space, how does that work? Your eyes would just be completely and totally confused. How do they know where to look? Or what? Yeah, I don't even get it. Doesn't work to me. Let's see here. This seems like a funny read, so we'll keep reading. Doesn't make it into space. During the Apollo missions, astronauts used a cuff/condom type system for urine collection and a bag that taped to the buttocks for fecal collection. You got to be kidding me. You can't just tape a bag to my ass and me shit in it. It doesn't work that way. It's not how. Do they know how men's bodies work? No, you're not. It's unknown why this particular device was not adopted, but most likely it has to do with its size and weight. We encourage viewers to add comments, especially to provide additional information about the video. Okay, let's watch. Let's see. Let's see where the fecal box is. Box of fecal. Box of fecal matter. Let's see. Yeah. I like the song. Woo. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. We can come up with something for this, right? We're here to take a little shit. These people, they'd like to come and sit. If you... what is this thing? What is going on here? What is he doing? So you have to sit on this and strap a seatbelt in. And it's 0G. So where you think your shit's just going to stay in that thing? It's going to come out. It's going to go everywhere. It's going to get people's eyes. They're going to get pink eye. I mean, this is a joke, right? Excuse me, where's the shit box? It's over here. Can you pass me the shit box? But I need to fasten it to my buttocks with a seatbelt. Very impressive with our technology. I wouldn't open that. Oh, I thought he was going to open it. Oh, foot straps. Wow, this guy's got some powerful shits. I've never needed to secure my feet with foot straps to take a ship before. Guess I'm not taking good shits. I don't know. Strap that belt in. This guy looks like he knows what he's doing. Oh, you guys not seeing this? I bet. Did I screw up? Oh, you're watching. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be. Yeah, that's just, you'll never float up enough that any shit will get out of there. I mean, do these guys do any? I mean, the bathroom is like the #1 place for particles of crap, and there's gravity here, or what you'd call weight. I don't think that's going to work. And what happens? So the people who are there with you just have to watch you bare-assed on the box. You got to smell all that too. You have some potpourri in there or something. Maybe light a match. Some Glade spray. Socks look like my 12-year-old sons did. Yeah, I don't. I'm going to say no on this one. Let's go with the no. No, can't shit in that. Can you imagine? And what if you have to pee? You got to seatbelt your Peter in there? None of this makes any sense. You got to be kidding me. Do you need some sound effects to go with this? I'm sure you know I got sound effects to go with this, right? I mean, come on, give me a break. Of course, we always have sound effects to. Come on, that's like childhood. I mean, we don't need to do that stuff. Come on, guys! I said knock it off. I don't need to be like. I said knock. This is not funny. This is not funny at all. All right. Don't want to just hear farts. Oh, guys, come on. Can't you think of anything? I mean, let's have some adult humor. Right? All right. I'm gonna stop the show if you keep doing that. It's not really. Come on, guys. It's ridiculous. Huh? It sounded more like a. Didn't sound like a poop, but. All right, good. It's over. We don't have to watch this anymore. How close are we? Come on. This is gonna be done. Are we? I don't get it. Yeah, and then what happens? Then how do you seal the top when you get up? You got to put a lid on it. This is great. Great thinking by NASA. All the best rocket scientists in the world got together, and their idea for a toilet was a box, a tall box with a hole at the top. And you just seatbelt yourself in there, and then, come on. It's ridiculous. And you got to like fasten it with buckles and stuff. Space is so cool. I want to live in space as soon as possible. I don't like the toilets here on Earth. They're weird. I want to actually seatbelt myself to a canister, and then I don't know what you do after that. I guess hope you stay sealed, and then strap your feet in. Right, this is great. Yep, pull that over. What a great invention. Your feet are fastened in, so you can really, really hunker down. Really try hard. Yeah, like that. Sorry. It's not funny. It isn't funny at all. Not even a little bit. I don't know why that comes with music. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I mean, oh, this guy's touching the butt now. It's like, look, you're not sealed. You got to be sealed right here. I mean, this is so dumb. It hurts. Is that a black guy? I thought they don't let black people in space. This must be. Oh, they're not in space. Okay, makes sense. They let them go and test the box toilets, but just not go in space. I get it now. Yeah, strap your feet in there so you can get some leverage. And is it basically strapping his feet to other shit boxes? I think that's what those are. What a great idea, great invention these are. Just to snap buckles to. Because if you didn't have that, you would just shit and then float away. It's kind of like in space how they squirt the little guns and it just makes you move. If you did that in space, you shit because it's propelling something out. That's how you move in space. So you would shit, you would get propelled forward. The whole craft would go with you. You'd be on a different orbit. I'd have to go into celestial mechanics with you. You don't have time right now. Just fasten that seatbelt up and do it. Come on. No more of that. All right, can we done? Is this done? What a great film. I'm glad NASA put that together for us. Holy hell, horrendous. Oh, you didn't seal it. Spilled everywhere. Now I got piss juice all over the place. The good thing is, though, that the American astronauts drink it. They just put the piss right back into the recycle machine. And the Russians won't drink it because they're smarter than that, I guess. Yeah, just store that right there with the top open. Yep, that's a great idea. All right, let's move on to the next one. That's Interessante. Sorry about no more poop sounds. I know it was fun, but no more. All right, one more. I like one more. This is Apollo 7, the manned moon flight film report. 71452. See, there was something funny here, I'm sure.
Port facilities during a manned command service module mission.
We got to make this guy's voice and do it like an audio thing again, like we did with the NASA State of NASA report and what we did with the spacewalk. Is because these guys' voice is always, man will do this and man will do that. And let's listen.
In order to acquire and evaluate the aspects of a long-duration space flight of up to 11 days. The 3-man crew for this mission was outfitted in the new Apollo spacesuit.
Oh, boy.
Astronaut Walter M. Schirra, a veteran of the Mercury and Gemini programs, was command pilot for the mission. Don F. Isley was command module pilot, and Walter Cunningham, lunar module pilot. Since Apollo 7 was a low Earth orbit mission, and the crew was restricted to working inside the spacecraft, the extravehicular suit hardware was not included for this mission. The launch time and date for Apollo 7 were established in early August and were maintained for 2.5 months without change. The countdown was conducted by the Manned Launch Operations Team of the Kennedy Space Center. At the Marshall Space Flight Center, continuous monitoring of the Saturn 1B performance was conducted during countdown, liftoff, and flight.
Now, again, I'll still make the claim. I think all those people are actors. I think I was told that, but none of these people actually are working. They're just actors meant to look like men do work at these machines, and they fill out guidebooks, and it's really important.
Was conducted during countdown, liftoff, and flight. At the Manned Spacecraft Center in Houston, Texas, personnel in the Mission Control Center prepared to take over control of the launch vehicle and spacecraft following liftoff. Communications with Apollo 7 was maintained through the Manned Spaceflight Network.
Yep, you got to press that button. Press that
ground
button.
operational support systems network and other applicable stations.
Yeah, press that one.
At T-minus 2.5 hours, the flight crew arrived at the launch pad.
Oh, they're so cool.
The countdown proceeded smoothly until T-minus 6 minutes 50.
Do you realize how important this guy's work is in this binder? If he doesn't have every number exactly right, those astronauts die. Okay? You don't have a job like that. You don't know what it's about.
15 seconds when a 2-minute and 45-second hold was called to allow complete showdown of the second stage engine. This problem apparently was caused by a sticking valve in the ground support equipment. No further problems were encountered, and at T-minus 2 minutes 43 seconds, the automatic sequencer took over the count. Ignition of the 8 first stage engines occurred at T-minus 3 seconds.
There it goes. Look at that. I mean, it's got to be in the movie every time, right? Don't show the real thing.
Cameras
Look at the ice falling. Wow.
And the tail service masts. Time.
Let's go back here.
In 26 seconds.
What are these guys doing?
Orbital insertion was attained.
Oh, orbital insertion. I love insertion.
And voice communications with the crew confirmed that all spacecraft systems were functioning as programmed.
Of course they were.
At 55 minutes ground elapsed time, the crew removed their helmets and gloves.
Why? Why did they have to wear them originally?
As the second stage in the command and service module approached the United States at the end of the first revolution,
what happens
the
then?
remaining second stage propellants and cold gases
were
blended in order to make the stage safe for rendezvous.
Sweet.
During the second revolution,
open it up.
At 2 hours and 55 minutes ground elapsed time,
then this thing comes out.
The spacecraft separated from the second stage.
I believe it. Then what?
The crew then pitched the spacecraft 180 degrees.
Yeah, pitch it.
So that the command module faced the second stage.
Yeah, do it.
The transposition was nominal and was followed by a simulated docking exercise, which brought the spacecraft to within 5 feet of the second stage.
Please tell me this is not supposed to be real.
While station keeping with the second stage, the astronauts photographed the deployed panels of the spacecraft
that's supposed to be real?
module adapter.
Oh my God.
One of the panels did not fully deploy.
Oh no.
A planned phasing maneuver using
use the phasing maneuver.
Reaction control system took place at 3 hours 30 minutes. This maneuver was to compensate for the difference in the drag between the two vehicles and set up the proper phasing for the rendezvous maneuver planned to occur about 23 hours later. In tracking the two vehicles, Mission Control determined that the phasing burn had not provided the separation ranges anticipated and inserted a second
What
burn
is that
into the
thing?
mission plan.
I want one of these.
Two vehicles and set up the proper phasing
Where can
for
I
the
get one of these?
rendezvous maneuver planned to occur about 23 hours later. In tracking the two vehicles, Mission Control determined that the phasing burn had not provided the separation ranges
Nope,
anticipated.
I could tell right here on this line.
And inserted a second burn into the mission plan.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
At 15 hours 22 minutes, the second phasing
Oh, look at this thing
elliptical maneuver
Oh,
placed the
it goes
spacecraft
around it.
below and behind the second stage.
Makes sense.
And moving in on the target.
I believe that.
At the completion of this maneuver,
Why wouldn't you believe that?
the
Oh my
braking
God, that's not
up
supposed to be real,
this
is it?
time were based on ground computed data.
What is that?
When the line of sight
Sorry,
angle
yeah,
to the
let's see what they're
second
talking about again.
optical tracking in on the target.
What now?
At the completion of this maneuver, the Apollo 7 crew began optical tracking of the second stage.
Optical tracking?
Maneuvers performed up to this time were based on ground computed data.
What are those, the stars?
When the line of sight angle to the second stage reached 27.45
That's fake as fuck, excuse me.
17 feet per second terminal phase initiation
Excuse
burn
me.
was made using the service module reaction control
Nobody
system.
believes this, excuse me. Well, everybody
The
believes
braking
it.
approach
That's what I meant.
began when the spacecraft was about 1 mile from the second
Shut
stage.
up. I'll do this guy's announcing if you want me to. Just, change it to my own. Man will reach his obvious destiny in space. He will face the difficulties of no air, no water, no sex, and no blowjobs, and no real anything up there. There's no real food. There's no ice cream. There's no shitter. No toilets. No showers. No toilet paper. He's going to have to deal with the fact that there's no animals. There's no food. There's no reason to be there other than to lie to children. And so people never actually know the truth and just wander around aimlessly in life their entire time. But be very afraid, please, of Sputnik. It could drop a nuclear bomb at any time. Please learn how to hide underneath your desk as soon as possible. Fear, 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 and fear. Have your dad build you a fallout shelter. And what the hell is that? Maybe is he better than me? I'm sorry. He's probably better than me. Let's turn back on.
Control system. The braking approach began when the spacecraft was about 1 mile from the second stage.
How do they break? We just saw that you can't do things in a vacuum chamber, but you're going to make them break now? Man, doubt
The
it.
crew then maneuvered to within 70 feet of the tumbling stage.
Oh.
During a station keeping exercise
looks
of
real.
about 30 minutes, maneuvering was accomplished using the reaction control system engine.
Right, the RCS engines, yeah.
During the
Squirt
20th
gas.
revolution, as the spacecraft passed over the United States, the crew made a small posigrade maneuver.
Oh, a posigrade?
Using the service module RCS and broke off the rendezvous.
This is supposed to be real in
Optical
space, guys.
tracking of the second stage was maintained at various
Supposed to be real.
distances.
I kid you not.
On the third day of the mission, the second stage was
I
tracked
believe
by the
this is supposed to be real
results.
too here now.
Landmark tracking also occupied the crew during the fourth day.
Looks legit to me.
At this time, they reported fogging on the inner side of the outer hatch panel.
What?
However, this was minor in nature and did not preclude photography and other activities.
Hmm.
A radiation heat rejection degradation test was conducted throughout the
What was
morning
that
of
now?
the fourth day.
What did he say?
The test proved the capabilities of the radiator, in
I doubt it.
particular, that it could operate in a deep space environment.
Hey, we got you. I can see Isley talking there.
What?
Hey, Don, turn your head to the right.
Good video.
There you go.
The first live television transmission from a spacecraft to the nation's television audience occurred
Wow.
at 10:43 Eastern Daylight Time on the morning of the fourth day.
Uh-huh.
Looks good. I can see Ray handling now. Don has a smile on his face, and there's that.
Agree. That's how I feel.
The definition is pretty good down here. I can see the center hatch.
What?
Actually, I'm amazed. It looks real good.
What year was this done in?
The low
1840?
transmissions from the spacecraft were received by S-band stations at Corpus Christi
Mhm.
and Kennedy Space Center.
And
where
people think
special
they're like, oh, but our satellite dishes, they caught these guys where they were, so they can't be faked. It's like, you don't think that somebody can, let's just look at this. So you can be smart and not be a dum-dums. I get that being dum-dums easy and you can just watch sports and drink beer and have terrible sex with your girlfriend until she cheats on you. But the problem with this is, it's very easy. You are in charge of the incoming wires. Okay, so here. So we think that because whatever comes out of these wires is what the satellite is picking up. Do you realize how easy it would be to fake what comes out of the wires? Oh, get it? So you don't know what's actually coming in from the satellite dishes. You just think, because you're easily fooled and obviously you believe in nonsense. That's crazy. That's crazy that people would actually consider that to be some sort of proof of something. They love to do that. They love to just think everything's proof, and just anything that even comes close. Me saying interesting in a hit piece movie is truth. That's all they need. But really, it's you've just been lied to for many, many, many years. So, and let's see, these things keep going.
Which was moving toward the southwest coast.
Hey, thank you very much for a super chat. Let me check what we got there. What's over here?
SPS
We got
burn,
Jado.
propulsion system,
Jado,
propellant engaging
6 months, a member. Thank you very much. NASA never
Manual
fails to
takeoff
offer
of
stress
control
relief
burned by
via
the
their
crew
comedy shows.
was also demonstrated.
They do pretty well. They do pretty well.
The test took
I enjoy
place
it
on the 7th day, and
because it's just I don't learn anything.
parachute deployment
They don't
and
teach
other
anything.
re-entry events were nominal.
They just show me that parabolic flights, I can take 30-second little clips of film of these guys, and we're supposed to be impressed.
Engineering first included live.
Oh, here they
Apollo
are.
7
They're back
proved the capabilities of the command and service
from, I
module,
guess, the plane. I don't
the
know.
crew, and the manned space flight support facilities. The outstanding success of
So
the
they're
Apollo 7
heroes,
mission
basically, is what we're trying to say.
paved the way for future Apollo manned missions,
So good.
leading toward the Apollo lunar landing.
Yeah, so good. Way to go, guys. Excellent job. Just taking camera, just pictures of them. They're just they're just heroes, basically. This is the entrance music they should come out to. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. The greatest heroes that have ever walked the earth and the moon, and soon to be Mars. The Apollo astronauts. And then the crowd just goes crazy. Look what they've done. They shit in a box. They all shit in boxes. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you, Chris Masters. Chris Masters, thank you. Appreciate it. Stop it. Thank you. Next, we've got NASA historic film behind the headlines in space. Let's see what we got here. What did I find funny about this one?
Responsibilities at Manned Spacecraft Center.
Oh, here we go again with man this and man that. Man this and that, man
These
that.
7 divisions constitute a single engineering organization responsible for monitoring all engineering and development
Let's look at
to
these
increase
pictures I
our
just saw.
knowledge of the space environment.
Yes.
And third, to formulate the scientific training required for the operation of these experiments
Correct.
by astronauts and scientists participating in space exploration.
Yeah, it's so much. So let's see. What do you got for me?
The
Show us.
most productive research areas of this division are literally out of this world.
Oh, they are out of this
the
world.
Sun, the moon,
What? That was
the planet.
That's not the moon,
and
bro. What the hell? Show me again the moon. Show me what you said the moon.
Research areas of this division are literally out of this world. The sun, the moon.
Did you hear that? Is this the moon? What is going on here? This looks nothing like the moon, bro. Did you hear Samsung got in trouble for faking the moon? They have some feature on their phone that, like, if you zoom into the moon, take a picture, it will return a cleaned up version or something. But it's just a fake picture of the moon that it superimposes over your picture. Pretty nice of them. Pretty nice of them. But I don't think this is the moon. This is what are these cheese marks here or something? That's weird.
The planets.
Yeah, that's right.
And galactic space itself.
Right. The reflective
In
surface.
their work, the specialists of space environment have been able to draw upon the findings of all projects of the nation's space program.
Of course they have. What else?
For
have they done?
example, our first Earth satellites,
Mhm.
the Explorer series,
This looks real.
reveal that large areas of space near the Earth are filled with intense belts of energetic charged particles.
Right. That's why you can't go anywhere.
The Pioneer series of deep space probes, in passing through these Van Allen belts on their way out from the Earth, revealed that the particles are trapped by the Earth's magnetic field.
All right, so how do we get out?
These belts of protons and electrons produce a radiation dose similar to that in bomb fallout,
So?
making it impossible for man to stay in them for long periods of time.
Right.
The trapped particles spiral about the Earth's magnetic lines of force in corkscrew trajectories.
And this thing looks exactly like the magnetic, you have the plane of inertia here in the center. Now they put a ball there and want us to think we live there, but
Bouncing from the northern to the southern
it's a little
hemisphere
ridiculous. Come on.
and back again. The penetrating part of the Van Allen radiation reaches a peak intensity at about 2,000 miles altitude and another peak at about 10,000 miles, leading to the concept of two radiation belts.
What is this thing supposed to be here?
The Earth magnetic
oh boy,
fields
it's
and
not
other
supposed to be
such
real.
provide solar physicists with other data
Can't
vital
be.
to basic science studies. It marks a milestone in international cooperation.
Nobody believes this. Come on.
Radiation shielding is another important activity of this branch of the Advanced Spacecraft Technology Division.
These drawings are hilarious.
Some of the charged particles outside the spacecraft are stopped in the walls.
But some get
pass
through.
at slower speeds.
No.
Adequate shielding must be radiation from solar storms.
That's real. What did I just see? Stars or something?
Another hazard to spaceflight is space debris.
What is that?
Consisting of meteoric particles ranging in size from extremely rare ones, thousands of feet in diameter, to minute particles craft structures after their return to Earth.
What is this?
This pit of undetermined origin
was
found on the glass of the MA-9 spacecraft after its 22-orbit flight at altitudes varying from 100 to 106 miles above the Earth.
I don't know what
To
that.
obtain actual. Another source of space environment data was the manned Earth orbit flight.
Let's see what we got here.
After yawing around 180 degrees, astronaut Cooper.
Yeah, show me that picture of the moon. I don't believe that. What is this? What is
For
that?
example, the Lunar Surface Technology
What is this?
section of the Space Environment Branch must try to find out what the moon's surface is made of before men land upon it. Are the so-called seas, the Maria, made of dust?
What are we supposed to think that camera is? It's just a model. This is not real.
One theory holds that it would. That the smooth appearance of the Maria is due
Now
to
that
their
looks like
being
a
filled
telescope
with
view.
deep dust and other debris from the highlands. Result of large meteorite impacts over the course of the moon's history.
Don't tell me that's supposed to be a video. It's not real. Oh, I see. I saw a lightning bolt.
Meteorite impacts on Earth and simulated impact studies.
Simulated, yes.
On lunar
Look at this thing. I mean, look at what we've come. Look at what we've done. Can we give a round of applause for humanity, please?
Surveyor is another program
So
of
amazing.
advanced soft landing
Look at
capsules
this.
designed to transmit pictures
Beautiful.
and data from the moon's surface to the Earth.
Beautifully done.
Other vital data
I owe all the great science teachers everything for this. They've really done a great job.
Many questions, of course, will only be answered when we have been able to place on the moon the finest instrument yet made for the discovery of knowledge, the observant
Guy's got a
human
nice
being.
Samsonite backpack.
In the meantime, scientists of the Lunar Resources Laboratory of the Advanced Spacecraft.
I mean, look at these guys were doing in 1965. And just 4 years later, they're on the moon. Come on. Give me a break. Give me a break. There goes the moon. This looks like Artemis footage.
For example,
looks the same.
above its surface.
What was that, drawing? Somebody drawing something?
Compartment or module.
Oh, okay.
Adequate for the trip to the vicinity of the moon and back.
Yes.
Regardless of mission mode.
Right.
Supply.
Look at these guys. Wow. So cool. Oh, look.
Escape systems.
That's supposed to be real.
And landing and
My
recovery
goodness.
systems.
My goodness. I can't even watch this stuff anymore. It's just so bad.
Research and development spacecraft causing is the Energy Systems Lab.
What is this?
Where tests and experiments are conducted on various methods of obtaining energy for space flight.
Yes. We need to
This
get a
solar
plutonium
simulator,
releaser.
For example, can simulate twice the intensity of the sun.
Oh.
It is used for testing energy conversion devices
Mhm.
such as solar cells and
I believe it.
fermionic diodes.
Who doesn't believe that?
Using several different chemical
Look at this thing. You never, no piece of that's gone wrong at all.
Cells were chosen for extended space missions.
People were so smart back then. Look at this guy. He's making notes and everything.
And monitor test runs.
Keeping track of how much pressure there is. Turning that knob.
Producing electricity for
Turning that knob again.
long-duration space flights. The fuel cell
So
has
cool.
several advantages
I'm not cool enough to do
conventional
that. I would
storage
like one day to be able to turn knobs, but I can't right now. Another time. This is a Apollo 5 documentary. Let's see what I saw.
Will tell us whether it is safe for man.
Man will go into space.
AFD, go.
Man will do this. Man will do that. Man will go here. Man will go there.
RTC's on the FD conference. Roger. Best of luck.
Roger. Me.
All flight controllers.
It's the sound of me.
Tracking
Something like
stations
that.
around the world for the flight of Lunar Module Number 1.
What
What is their information that will tell us whether it is safe for man?
Yeah, we need to know. We have to go to space. We cannot live on the planet that was invented for us, and it's here and has everything we need. Don't live here. Go somewhere where we don't have anything that we need at all. That's what I am believing. I don't know why anybody would argue with me either. It's kind of dumb. we just go somewhere where we don't have anything. I don't know why we don't do that.
Very thin skin, has a decent.
Yeah, we know. You can stick your finger through it. It's dumb.
Stage, a large
We get it.
which will be used to land.
I could do that too. Does it make it sound more real to you guys?
In a manner very similar to that of a helicopter.
It's not called a helicopter.
Blades for a lift will be using a rocket propulsion engine.
This looks nothing like the thing that you landed in, and this thing's on a cord. There's a lot of problems here, guys. Yeah, that makes sense. That looks real. Yep, and then you just launch, and it pushes off of the craft that already landed there. It makes sense. I agree with that. I think that's a... Oh, I wanted to show you this. Look at this. You know, we always wonder exactly how they fake this. Well, let me tell you. Shh, be quiet. I'll do my own music. Let's go with this. Now, what they're going to do is hang these things from wires from some room, paint the sky black, and look at this is the exact movements that we see when we watch Apollo. Identical. That's how the crack moves. To spin this way, spin that way, spin up, spin down. None of these guys watch a thing. There's nothing on here that's ever like part of the mission. It's just like cartoons and little diagrams. He's pressing buttons. Press the flashing one. He didn't press the flashing one. Oh, those people probably died. That's my guess. My guess is they died. This is it. This is what you got, huh? Okay. Hanging things from the rafters. Astronaut Frank Borman. Here we go. And now we watch it in space. It looks identical to what it did in the little shop that you did.
Yes.
We got Charlie bought 5 smoothies. In this case, it's a no. Fake. Charlie, you were right. You are correct, sir. There is nothing real here that I've really seen. Certainly nothing happening in space. Nothing these guys are pressing. But what would those buttons possibly do? Pisses me off that we're supposed to like buy into this. Like, oh, those guys have control of some shit. No, they don't. We're not going on a rocket. I'm like, how many people have control of this rocket? Everybody here. Oh, never mind. I'll stay. Thanks a lot, though. Thanks for keeping me in mind. Oh, yeah, and just we separate in space. Yeah, and just stays there like that. And you can either go back and get it, or you just let it orbit the sun for a couple billion years. It's cool. Either way, you want to do it. Okay, we're done with that one. I've seen enough. I've seen enough to know that I've seen too much. This is the Space Report 1975. Let's see.
Spacecraft and aircraft able to carry large payloads to and from Earth and space 100 times or more.
I know all about
It's
carrying large
scheduled for
payloads.
use in the early 1980s. One of the men who'd like to fly the shuttle is astronaut Joe Engle.
Joe Engle.
Here at the Space Division of Rockwell International in California, he describes a full-scale mock-up of the big craft.
Full-scale mock-up?
What we think of as the airplane part of the shuttle, which is what you see right behind me, is 122 feet long. That's about the same size as a DC-9. Has a wingspan of 88 feet, and probably it's a little bigger around than a normal cargo carrying
So she said.
A typical mission starts with a vertical launch. After use, 2 solid rocket booster engines are jettisoned and recovered by parachute. Once in Earth orbit, the shuttle will conduct experiments or rendezvous with satellites,
She said
whatever
plane.
the mission is.
Airplane. Just an airplane. Very important.
During
people
1975, the United States and the Soviet Union cooperate, continuing to work.
Yeah, we hate each
The
other
two
though.
ships rendezvous and dock in space, spending 2 days.
What is it? Look at this. Oh, I believe it. Let's go rewind a little bit. See. Oh yeah. Let's. Do we need some music for this? Let's see if we can do this one.
Here he comes, just above the docking module.
Looks real pretty. So real. Look at this connection right here. Gotta hit bullseye. Don't miss it. Steer to the right. Back. What was that thing flashed? Let's try that again. Sorry, I want to see that. What was that? Huh. But definitely in space, you could see all of space lighting up. I could see that. Like if you took a picture, you know, it'd be a flash, and because there's there's not really a backdrop. It's more like because of the there's not really particles either. It's just it's a fact that you don't understand about space that reflects light. I'll explain it some other time. Do a show on it. Oh, there's more of that little thing flashing back there. Oh, I'm gonna be so excited when this connects. Oh my god! Oh my god! Contact is so great. Wow. We have capture now. Look at what they did. They connected these things. Hello, Leonov. Hello, hello. How are you? You're lying too? Mason as well? Yes, Mason. You too? Yes, Mason. Okay, good. Cool. I'll pass. I'll pass. It's like,
Can I go into space now?
No. No, you can't. I don't think anybody can, to be honest with you.
And engineers are giving commands to the Pioneer 11 space.
Sure they are. Yeah, they're just commanding it from there.
Miles away.
Yep.
It is now hurtling toward the planet Saturn on the second leg of its mission.
Yep. So you punch in the numbers, and then the craft going to Saturn adjusts because of it. Wasn't this guy in the Burbs?
Innermost moons of Jupiter.
I think so.
And on this board here,
Yeah, the board.
is shown a projection of the trajectory that Pioneer 11 followed as it approached Jupiter.
Oh, amazing.
So Pioneer 11 came along here,
Uh-huh.
underneath Jupiter.
Oh, underneath it.
Around and back.
Wow.
And went out in this direction.
Right.
Why were scientists interested
Amazing.
in studying Jupiter?
Well, for one thing, we know that Jupiter has a very strong magnetic field, much like the Earth.
Right, we know that.
And to date, it's the only other planet that has a magnetic field.
Right, we know that.
As a result, it also has radiation belts like the Earth. Again,
Of course it
know
does.
no other planet today that has that.
Next stop, Saturn. After traveling
Oh, right there. Saturn's right around the corner. Look at that.
miles, Pioneer will
Look at the rock. Those are real, by the way. Those rocks going in
planet
circles
late
around
August
them.
1979.
That looks real. Look at this.
Between Saturn's rings.
Yeah, boy.
4,000 miles of its
I mean, you got to be kidding me. Does anybody want to give NASA more money? All right, we won't give them more money. All right, all right, all right. All right. We'll reduce it. We'll reduce the amount. I promise we'll reduce it. Sorry. Nobody's into giving them more money.
Launched separately on August 11th and 21st, the Vikings spent nearly a year traveling to Mars.
Wow, that's amazing.
First arriving in mid-June 1976
Mhm.
in preparation for a July 4th landing.
Oh, of course, July 4th.
Engines fire at 4,000 feet from touchdown.
Right.
Serving as brakes for the plunging spacecraft.
Right, just breaks just so easily on Mars. Mm-hmm.
The lander now slowly descends and...
I got this idea for NASA. NASA, what do you think about this? Why don't you put, I know it sounds crazy, cameras on the crafts that you send out there? I know I'm just some stupid flat earther, but I'm just thinking, bear with me. You make $70 million a day. I don't think that cameras are quite that expensive. That you could just put one on the craft and just show us the whole video. Maybe one on an astronaut. It's just an idea. I don't know. I'm sure you have your space reasons for not doing it, but I think you could probably figure it out if you're as smart as you tell us. You should be able to figure that out. So,
Fucker right in the pussy.
that who said that? We don't deal with that right now.
softly lands.
Seems rude.
Its camera views the surrounding landscape.
Yeah, this camera does.
Liquid water. And for the biological reasons, that liquid
How
water
baked is this guy? That guy, how high is he? Oh my goodness, that is one of the higher guys I've seen ever. He wasn't even looking at the camera too. He's like looking down at his joint right there. Like, nobody better touch my joint. I'll be pissed.
transient liquid water. And for the biological
Look at that guy.
reasons, that liquid water is absolutely paramount.
So high.
Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
Hey.
If there are Marsquakes, they will be transferred
Ooh, Marsquakes.
from Viking's legs to an onboard seismometer.
Right, it makes sense.
Throughout the mission, the orbiters continue photographing.
What is this plane doing now?
And traffic delays. Was possible.
What was that?
First Tyros weather satellite from Cape Canaveral. The views of Earth were pretty rudimentary compared to today's.
You think? Wow, that's really bad.
They proved that routine global weather
Of course, it proved everything. Proved
the
it.
synchronous
What was that thing?
meteorological satellite pictures and land masses.
Look at this. I mean, they definitely were up there looking at the Earth. Look what they saw. How else would they get this information?
Are made into film loops daily at the
This
World
video right here is
Weather
proof of the
Center in
globe Earth.
Washington,
This
D.C.
could not exist if the Earth was flat. Look at they've got these cloud datas.
Cloud movement
How would you get that?
oceans and land masses.
Boy.
Meteorologists
Swear to God.
are hopeful that this kind of information will give them clues to the weather conditions that, for instance,
You know, the sound in my ears would be like we'd all be hanging outside of NASA and then we hear this and we're like, yes, they're coming for them. Finally, get them. Get them, please. Yes, them over there. They're liars. They've been lying a bunch and they should be thrown in jail as soon as possible. And probably, if we can get away with it, hung. So, let's go with NASA Aeronautics and Space Report from Skylab. Oh, Skylab. Here we go.
These were the highlights.
The highlights of Skylab. Here we go. I believe it is. Here goes.
This was the year of Skylab. Skylab got off to a shaky start.
It
when
did.
A heat-deflecting micrometeoroid shield was ripped off during launch,
It's terrible.
causing the loss of one solar wing.
Look at
and
this thing supposed to be
jamming the
real.
other. Although in orbit, the big
That's supposed to be
space
real.
station was overheating and low on power.
Can you believe it?
People
I
on the
cannot.
ground, however, hastily designed a replacement, an umbrella-like device that would protect the workshop's thin
Sure.
skin from the hot sun.
Fucking crazy, man. You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
I don't think they realize that at all, to be honest with you. I think they think that they're like on the up and up, and they're not.
And a cooler place to work. And work they did.
They certainly work so hard. I mean, they're heroes. I've already told you this.
Skylab for extended periods of time, proving that man can withstand prolonged weightlessness.
How many presidents actually were in charge during the moon landings? Was it a couple or just, I can't remember if it was a couple or just
I
one.
welcome this kind of examination because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook.
Can't remember.
Well, I'm not a crook.
It's called the
Can't remember at all. No, eventually I remember.
scientific
Oh, that's pretty real.
Pioneer 10 spent
Don't you think?
210 days passing through the thousands of rocks, sand, and dust that make up the
Seems real to me.
asteroid belt on its way to this planet, Jupiter.
Jupiter. Yeah.
On December 3rd, after traveling half a billion miles
Look
from
how
Earth,
pretty.
Pioneer 10 returned close-up pictures and scientific
Wow.
data as it passed within 81,000 miles of the giant planet.
So giant.
Data about its temperature and the
His
makeup
temperature and his mean and his gravities. Mariner goes to Venus and Mercury.
Mercury, smallest planet in the solar
So
system,
tiny.
closest planet to the sun.
It's
So close
closest.
that it's difficult to observe from Earth.
Yeah.
This Mariner spacecraft is on its way there now.
Sure it is.
After
I
swinging
believe it.
around Venus next February, picking up speed from that planet's gravity, it will be propelled on.
You know who I blame for all this shit? All of it should be blamed on this
We
one.
choose to go to the moon.
Just one person to blame.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing.
Not because it's easy, but because, well, I was going to make a rude sound effect. Should we do it? No.
Astronomy Explorer satellite at
That's
the
rude.
Kennedy Space Center.
Really rude, Jaron. Don't do
Its
that.
job is to
Make fun
explore
of people who
the
got shot.
sources of low-frequency radio noise in our galaxy and beyond. Visible between mid-November and
What is that?
the region of the Earth's atmosphere just below satellite.
I would have pressed the
level,
other button
but above
myself,
the
but,
area
you know.
where balloons return data.
Never said I know all the buttons.
Identification, water pollution, and improved maps.
Oh, improved maps.
The Lewis Research Center in Cleveland is scene of a program to explore.
Aeronautics. This thing here.
Consider the problem of wake turbulence. Tornado-like
Ooh, wake turbulence.
simulators like these. During the flight, they evaluate the degree of motion and electronics using computers.
Where are
and
the other
television.
pieces there? This
The
one?
model, he is able to perform high.
Oh, this is the guy that drives the remote control plane.
The television camera is
What do you guys think? I bet you all planes can be remote controlled at this point. Wouldn't you think so? I bet you they can remote control any plane. MH370 just was driven off into the Southern Ocean somewhere by somebody who was doing something. I don't know. Wasn't there coming like BlackRock people? I forgot. There's like some story to go with that, but I don't know the MH370 story. I just know that they lost it, which would be impossible in a real world with GPS and all the things that they claim we have. All right, we got one more video. Oh, this is it. Oh, that was it. We're done. We went through everything I wanted to go through, I think. I think so. I would like to watch a Soyuz connection again. Where's this? Oh, there was a launch yesterday. No, they scrubbed it, huh? Did they scrub yesterday or no? Anybody know? SpaceX? They're supposed to launch yesterday. SpaceX, 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 and SpaceX and space. SpaceX videos would be actually be a live stream from yesterday. Oh, I did watch. Yeah, they did scrub. Now I remember. Wait, no, it did go up. Wait, 1 day ago. Oh, I thought. Wait, maybe I didn't. I'm confused. Didn't they scrub yesterday? Friday, April 28th. That's yesterday. At 6:12, launched the SES-03B M-Power mission to medium Earth orbit from space. Where's the launch? What? Hold on. Let's go down here. Show me where you launched. Okay, there we go. I thought they scrubbed yesterday. Maybe I didn't pay attention. Oh, I didn't get to launch it. Hello. There we go. I'll watch yesterday's launch real quick.
Minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Engine full power. And go. Falcon 9 and SES-03B M-Power.
So majestic. It's just
Stage 1.
there's people who think that's cool. Isn't that weird? Pretty much nothing cool about it. My friends used to light off Roman candles when we were like 8. It's not that cool. Sometimes they go sideways and hit neighbors' houses. It doesn't really thrill the neighbors, to be honest with you. What the hell's going on here?
Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off of Pad 40 at Cape Canaveral.
Oh, we're so happy with it.
Space Force Station carrying the O3B M-Power payload.
So cool.
During ascent, we tilt the engines, technically called gimbling, and this turns the rocket horizontally in what we call a gravity turn.
I have a very low tolerance level for stupid
That calls out
bullshit.
that the vehicle is now supersonic, and we will be throttling the engines down in preparation for a max Q,
Oh,
or
max Q?
maximum aerodynamic pressure.
Oh,
in
I
just
can't
a couple
wait.
seconds.
So cool.
Max Q.
Max Q? It's Max Q, guys. Max Q. Max Q. Max Q. Max Q. So cool. Max Q. Where do I jerk off?
Down to Earth, you heard the call out that one-back engine shell has begun. This is in preparation for about subject, which is named cutoff, state separation, and second engine starting the cutoff of first stage engine.
Toilets. They work great on Earth, by the way. We haven't tried one. This looks real to eyes, so I bet they see out to the side there. Curvature of the Earth, which is a lot more than I expected. You know, it's beautiful. Just have you ever seen the curve of the Earth? It's fucking amazing. So awesome. The Earth that we live on is curved. Isn't that cool? Everyone on Earth needs to get up in the sky and see the curved Earth. If they don't see it, then they can't even live here. It's not even really worth it. Oh, the cheering from the crowd. I mean, again, you gotta. They actually have their employees that they pay with paid time off. So they tell them, like, if you come and you cheer like an idiot, then we'll give you 8 hours of paid time. So they get days off of work to go there and clap like F-words.
And back ignition.
And there you heard and saw the 3 events happening back to back.
Oh, they were back to
main
back.
engine
That's
cutoff,
great.
Stage separation,
Mhm.
and that second engine startup, one of our second stage.
Amazing.
You can see those grid fins on the first stage.
I can't believe it.
deploying as the first stage begins to make its way back down to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Now the next event in just a few
What's
seconds
next?
here will be fairing separation.
Oh,
where
yeah,
the
that's
two
cool.
halves of the fairings will separate to reveal
I love
our
that.
O3B M-Power satellite.
Oh, it's so cool. Let's watch.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Fairing separation confirmed.
Oh, fairing separation. Thank God, yes.
There's that confirmation.
Oh, I was
of
wondering
fairing
what was going to happen.
separation, And we will be attempting to retrieve these fairing halves again today.
Oh,
once
really?
They fall back down to Earth using our recovery vessel, Bob.
Oh, Bob? Cool. Cool
It's T
vessel.
plus 3 minutes and 50 seconds here into today's mission, and we are in the first of 2 planned MVAC burns for satellite
Oh,
deployment.
MVAC burns.
Acquisition of signal, Bermuda.
In about 2.5 minutes here at T plus 6 minutes and 30 seconds, you should see on your screen the first stage's entry burn. After this entry burn, we relight 3 of the M1D engines.
Things going to come back and land on Earth. They did it 50 years ago with people inside of it, but don't pay attention to that. This is really amazing what Elon's up to.
All in a row. And this
crazy.
entry
Oh
burn
my
will
God.
slow the vehicle as it passes down
I'm space crazy.
into the Earth's atmosphere.
Everybody get up, it's time to
Scam now.
We got a real jam going down. Welcome to the space
Scam. Space scam. Scam.
Beautiful views from the first and
Gotta
second
redo that.
stages
I think
on your
the
screen.
word should be my words instead.
Now the first stage is making its way back down, preparing for its entry burn. We need to perform this
Watch
entry
out.
burn.
Sputnik, watch out, watch out.
Produce free entry
Sputnik's going by.
in the first
Okay, we're
stage,
all right.
which will help us
Didn't drop a
recover
nuke this
and
time, but
reuse.
you never know when they could drop a nuke at any time. Russia has the capabilities.
Now again, during the re-entry burn, the first stage on the left will decelerate by firing its Merlin
Of course,
engines.
that's all you
It'll
gotta do.
fire 3 out of the 9 engines.
Merlin engines?
And
What's
this
a Merlin?
will
A
actually
magician,
cause
right?
the vehicle to fly down through the plume, which will deposit some of that soot back onto Falcon 9.
Incredible. Have you been chasing me your whole life only to fail now? I think that's the worst thing I've ever heard. How marvelous.
I think the worst thing I've ever heard is people believe in space. That's probably the worst thing.
Beautiful views from the first and second stage.
Beautiful
Again,
views.
That second stage is in
Look
the
at that. It's actually
first
gorgeous
of
views,
3
really.
planned burns, carrying our 2 O3B M-Power satellites.
Amazing.
And the first stage is coming down, awaiting the start of its entry
Wow.
burn at T plus 6 minutes and 30 seconds. This will be
Amazing.
about a 20-second entry burn.
Honestly, I mean, if you had one word to describe space, what would it be? One word.
Gay!
I can't think of one, but maybe you guys can come up with one. There's got to be a word we can think of that
See the speed
works
of
for it.
both the first and second stages on the bottom left and right hand side of your screens, respectively.
Trust the science. Trust the
First
science.
stage is about to start its entry burn.
Stage 1 FTS has saved.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
There's the start of the first stage entry burn.
Can we see the thing land already? Oh, did it already happen now? See? I wonder what happened. Start moving too fast and I get. Oh, you put your camera cut out again? What do you know?
There's
What the hell's going on? Oh, here we go. Oh, that looks real.
there with confirmation of second engine cutoff.
Nominal parking orbit insertion.
Ooh, nominal parking
and
orbit
a
insertion.
nominal orbital insertion.
So I love to insert it nominally.
There is the start of our stage 1 landing burn, and you can see that drone ship coming in quick.
Here it comes.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy.
Mm-hmm. What about that? Didn't look anything like what?
Stage 1 landing deploy.
No.
What an awesome view of
Oh, what
that
an awesome
first
view.
stage recovery.
Mhm.
Everyone's very excited here in Hawthorne.
People are so
And there
excited.
you have it. That
I mean, the people that you paid to be there are happy and excited. That's cool.
Stage
I can
1
totally see how these milk cartons steer it, though. Makes sense.
leg deploy.
It's nowhere near. It's not even close to the bottom. What's going on?
What an awesome view
Such
of
an
that
awesome view.
first stage recovery. Everyone's
So
very
cool.
excited here in Hawthorne.
Everybody.
And there you have it. That landing marks SpaceX's 188th recovery
Wow.
of an orbital class rocket, including first stage landing
Hmm.
of Falcon 9 and Heavy.
So cool.
But the mission isn't over just yet. The second stage is now embarking on its first coast phase.
What?
Now,
I love the music. They do a good job with the music. This is not me, by the way. I know I have sound effect board, but this is them. Look at that. Just, I mean, it makes you feel so at one with the universe. I feel like I might as well be a black hole. Just pulling all things towards me with my infinite dense gravity. It's amazing. Only some people are ever lucky enough to be part of the space industry like me. It's amazing. It's just, you have to be a special kind of person to do what we do. Faking space, lying to people's faces, pretending to go to the moon, making speeches about it, selling things from our pockets at auctions. Just amazing. Guys, it's been fun for me. It's already 8:15. I'm going to head on out. We've got tomorrow, Glowbusters. Should be fun. Do you want a teaser of the intro? Just a little teaser. Just a little tease. I'll just tease you a little bit. The new intro will be done tomorrow. I'll tease you right now with it, but you're not going to get to listen to much, okay? I'm not going to do that for you. I'd like to, but I'd also not like to. So, oops, what happened there on my screen? Oh, that's right. Let's get over here, and do I have the right file? Where is it? Well, it started already. That was good. Sure, way to go. Let's see. I'll kind of just show you the beginning here. Just going to show you about, 15 seconds, 20 seconds. You'll have to watch the whole thing tomorrow, 12 noon Pacific, out on the Glowbusters channel and the Glowbusters Rokfin channel. Do not look for it here. You will be missing it. 12 noon Pacific. That one usually starts on time, so be there or be sphere and enjoy the little prelim of this fantastic where is my pop player? Over here. Move it over here. Thank you. Little intro magic courtesy of Conspiracy Music Guru. That's enough for you. Check out the full intro tomorrow, 12 noon Pacific. And we will get started with a new season of Glowbusters. And this has been episode number 15. I know it says 14 on the thumbnail for both. All the thumbnails I think are wrong. Except for the thumbnail you're looking at now. But that one is right. Anyway, that will be tomorrow, 12 noon Pacific. Hopefully you guys will be there. Thank you everybody for the super chats. I guess I should check real quick on Rokfin, see if anybody threw me $1. If you want to right now, if you enjoyed the show, if I at least provided you with some entertainment, you could go to your Cash App. You bring up the little Cash app, then go to the type in $Jeranism and just put $1. You'll never notice it's missing. And you can support the show. Hey, we did get a couple people over here. $35. I'll take it. Tips. We've got Andrew B says only 2 billionaires claim they went to space. If space was real, there would be far more rich people going up there. It's expensive, though. It's expensive. Oh, by the way, yes, if people don't know, the Glowbusters theme is in favor of Bob. So, or in memory of Bob. So Bob loved rock music. I, myself, not a fan. I prefer to live my life without headaches and without mosh pits. So, I don't mind 2 people mosh pits. I do mind 50 people mosh pits. So, Bob is a rock fan, though, and he's finally going to get his rock intro. So hopefully from the pearly gates, maybe he's inside the pearly gate. I don't know if I don't know the wait period or how that works, but if he's inside, maybe he'll get to watch it. If he's outside, maybe they've got TVs or something that they simulcast. I'm not really sure how it works. You'd have to ask Peter or something. Jay Wind, $5. Thank you very much. Adam, $20. Always a great supporter. Says Globies love to play with their balls. Yeah, they are big fans of balls. They do enjoy them. And Tiffany Vinci, thank you very much for the $5. She put, thank you, Jaron, question mark, question mark. It's peculiar. That is peculiar. Charlie, $2. Thank you very much. If I didn't mention it, it is on the Glowbusters channel. Glowbusters has a YouTube channel and a Rokfin channel, and that will be Tamada. If you watch it live, everything's free, right? So usually we'll put things behind the paywall at Rokfin, but usually not until the day after. So, like, for instance, this show will be free the rest of today, but tomorrow might go behind the paywall or for members only. So become a member at Rokfin. You get everything there, and you get a whole bunch of people. So that's the best value.
That's not too much money, man.
Thank you very much. Was that from Charlie? I think so. Charlie, thank you very much. It's, what the hell, man? It's too much money. Bob, if you're reading this, send Uncle, please. That is funny. Pretty funny. Let's see if there's anything else in the chat I need to read. I don't know. Glowbusters. Yeah, Glowbusters. All right, cool. All right, guys, it's been fun. I remind you, please do your own research. When you do, you'll never again believe all the bullshit you've been taught. Till next time, this has been the comedy hour that lasts 3 hours. And that's courtesy of me, and it's because I have a hard time getting out of here. Much love to you guys. And, oh, you know what I wanted to do? We'll do that. Maybe to do that tomorrow during Glowbusters. I want to give away some hats, or some of Doug's hats, really is what I want to do. Give away some of Doug's hats. Oh, thank you. Tiffany says she didn't mean the question mark. That's all right. If it's a question, I would say yes. The answer to your question is yes. Yes, indeed. All right, guys. Love you lots. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting the show. Hope to keep doing it as long as possible, but hope that this country gets upturned. And it's going to just take all of us like-minded people coming together, and I think we can do it with consciousness. I just think that this system has to end somehow, some way. And we'll be integral in that system ending. Or else we've got a breakaway society somewhere. I'll be buying some land if I ever can down in Texas. You're welcome to come live with me. And we'll all just swim all day and play with my dogs and play with pick fruits from the fruit trees. And should be fun. You guys are all invited. All right. Much love. Till next time. This has been the NASA Comedy Hour. And peace.